zone. Usually for that play to happen, you need to have a support next to you, and he eats the gank. He's the feeding position 5, right? But in this situation, he's replaced the position 5. You don't really need Peter anymore. Just move him to coach. Let him chill.
So this is pretty big right now. We did just get the blink dagger picked up for this axe, so you can bet that they're going to be trying to find themselves some kind of a gank here, and it looks like they've got their eyes on the bottom. That's just a hard target, though. Like, Boxy is a big boy.
I think they can take him down, but what worries me, he's so close to the tier 1. This might backfire.
Good, they're going to open up with that X-Boat combo. Jump forward, coming out from Universe, showing off the blink, but they'll be able to go get the Soulbind off. Then there's the double finger. They just don't have enough damage. Boxy trying to run himself out here. Taiga sitting dangerously low, hiding over into the tree line. Universe searching for him, decides to back off. Again, there is that tier 1 up here in the bottom lane for Liquid. The Torrent connects. Are they going to go for it? Yeah, Universe, he wants it. He goes in and gets that dunk.
I think if he just ran to the tower,
we're still going. We're not done yet. Battle Hunger thrown out on Boxy plus the X.
There's a healing ward. They're not taking this bad boy down. Taiga, he might die. He might fall with his lion, but you're not taking down the Centaur. Overall, it's such a difficult kill. These offlaners, like, after 12 minutes, it's like, they used everything on him, but at the same time, that boat connected. So the ROM was affecting Gunner and the Shadow Demon, and that double finger did absolutely nothing in the fight. Okay, phase boots. 13 minutes in. That's a rough spot to be in.
You don't sound pleased about that.
Yeah. He's at the end of the pack when it comes to cores, the poorest core in the game right now, just above Mirana. Not really feeling great, and when you're playing Jug, you really want to be in front. The good thing, however, for him is his healing ward benefits his team quite a lot. So
we saw that in that fight.
Exactly. So at least he contributes a little bit, I suppose, but he's not really in the place where he'd like to be. Level 7 only, not great.
Oh, they smoked underneath the ward. They didn't realize it. You can tell now they've got to be very, very careful. They make their way over. Arrow. Not going to quite connect here. There's a jump forward, though, coming up from Universe. Followed up by the Soulbind. They'll be able to go take down Taiga. Can they get Koifa, though, as they keep chasing after here? They will eventually split off. They'll find the kill on Insania. The X-Mars comes out. They've got the Moonlight Shadow online. Koifa trying to run himself out. He is tanky, though. And they seem to just be trying to ignore Boxy as much as possible, but they're very split right now. Gunner has to be a little bit careful. The jump forward again, coming out from Universe. Manages to go and grab himself a Centaur. The rest of the team doesn't feel quite so sure about this. They did place down a sentry. They can see them here. Starfall comes out. Disruption, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah, he had no mana, but he had sticks. But it didn't matter because the cooldown was there for the arrow too. And they do defend the tier 1. They lose a couple of lives in the process, but I think this is a good play by Liquid overall, as they just stalled the game a little bit further. They need to buy time. They need to wait it out, weather out the storm at the moment, because they can't be the ones pressuring, even though they would like to do it with such a draft. The laning stage didn't go well for them, and because of that, they're just waiting for the items of the Jug to come online. After that, perhaps you can fight. More importantly, you also need levels. That Omni Slash is doing absolutely nothing in these fights. He didn't even use it because it won't affect anything. Like, you have wolves, you have this summons from the Lycan, obviously, you have disrupted illusions popping out. Axe, like, you're not going to hurt him, so they just need to wait.
You can tell they're really strongly protecting their mid tower too on the side of Liquid. So they took a really nice fight there, but unfortunately, you know, they're actually getting objectives, and that's kind of what you want to have happen every time that you take a team fight, is you want to try to, you know, find something else off of it. Although top tower is going down right now.
Yeah. He's been at it for quite a long time now.
They have. Arrow, do we have it? Nope, not quite yet. The leap forward, though. Nice stun coming out from Taiga.
He actually had no spin. Maybe they didn't know that. Maybe the arrow was on cooldown.
Yeah, it's possible they didn't know.
Yeah, because he did not have that spin there. They could have connected with the arrow. Would they have killed him? I'm not so certain, but they definitely had a better choice.
The TP coming in, it is Koifa. They'll lose the tower, though. Oh, the jump forward coming out from Universe as he drags him back into the rest of the team, into the arrow. Beautifully done. Soulbind is going to fall out, though, and they'll be able to follow up with a big old boat, and they'll take down Koifa. Are they going to be able to grab themselves anyone else? Universe he's thinking about. He's got the battle hunger down over on Taiga. Looks like they're gonna try to rotate now on Mickey.
It just feels like it's so much easier for NiP to play.
Oh, Universe! We'll have to use the Stampede, get Mickey out.
That's no TP. He has to go to the side shop to buy it.
Oh, it looks like Taiga got a kill on Peter while we were chasing down here.
Beaver also rotates, but overall, when you look at these two drafts, it's so much easier for NiP to play right now. Everything you have to do, like, if you're Liquid, you have to react to this. You have to itemize properly versus NiP. You have to, like, pick your fights. You have to get a couple of pickoffs. If you're NiP, just go. That's pretty much it.
Well, that's the best Dota, right?
Yeah.
The best Dota is the easiest Dota to execute, and right now, especially, oh, they picked up the Radiance now on Kunkka.
Like, all their items are a little bit quicker. You see Koikwa, he has 3,000 gold. He's nowhere near that Radiance right now, while it's already completed on the Kunkka. So they're just one step ahead on the NiP team, and that's because their laning stage was easier, and their draft is just simpler to execute.
Well, I think that's what Grant was saying on the panel, right? Grant was saying that
he's just there because it's NA. Like, that's all. Like, it's
wow,
NA boys, NA boys. Let's
what
go.
do you talk about my NA boys?
The call is there.
Beautiful by Universe. Manages to grab two of them here. Gonna miss that stomp. In comes Peter. And so we'll connect, though, onto Universe. And Sania, I have a feeling he's not long for this world, especially with the rest of the team invading the jungle like that.
This should be the tier 2 on the mid lane, or they should force them back, because if you look at Liquid, they're just instantly rotating towards the bottom forest, towards the Radiant Woods. Like, all three of them. Insania got attacked, and they just started moving away. They just realized that it's not their fight to have. Like, they have to move out.
Unfortunately, for the side of NiP, they didn't have that creep wave quite up just yet, so they have to wait for it to arise so they can go for that
They're
tower.
pushing out, they're perhaps trying that Centaur on the mid lane, who's a little bit hard to get, but...
Looks like they might have got him here, Lizard. Maybe the Tauren coming through after the arrow. Soulbind gets thrown out, but it really doesn't do much of anything when you can't follow it up.
Roche or tier 2 mid,
that's
for
tier
sure.
2, and maybe you can go and grab that Roche. I don't know. What are they thinking?
Well, they're moving suspiciously towards Roshan, but Skitter is still around mid. Yeah.
Not with the Lycan.
Yeah, he's like,
They need their creeps, though. They don't have them just yet.
A lot of wasted time here, though.
Not the most efficient. Oh, bottom lane. Universe jumping forward, although there is Taiga nearby. That Blade Mail, though, is doing quite the number on Mickey. Run, Mickey. Get out of there. Get that healing word, Universe. He finds it. Taiga will be able to protect him a little bit more.
Then again, I wonder if it was the right decision by Skitter to use the Necros and go on the tier 2, as that Roshan was definitely an option for them. Centaur is dead, he's still dead. They would have gotten Roche. And if you take Roche, who's stopping you from taking tier 2 as well? Like, they can't fight you, you have ages. So, like, when it comes to these objectives, I always value Roche more. And you could see that the 4 of them did move towards Roche, while Lycan moved towards tier 2. But I think they're in full control anyway.
Oh, Mickey. Lycan comes in, does manage to get the Omni Slash off. He's not dead quite yet, but there's a whole army just tanking those slashes. They'll find a kill on Peter. Can they follow up with more? And there it is. There's the jump forward coming out from Universe. He is now in no man's land, though. He needs some friends to help him get him out, but Dragon Tail will connect, and that should be a dead Universe. Arrow comes through. Are they going to go back in on this? Do they have... I don't think you go back in on that, your ninjas.
3 versus 4, like, you just...
Oh, Boxy, thinking about it.
Skitter also had no wolf form there, you just had to back out. But Boxy, nah. Do you really go for the Centaur? I don't think so.
Gunner's just memeing over there.
Just messing with him a little bit. They did kill that Jug, but that Jug, he's already dead. Like, how much deader can he get? You already killed him so many times. Like, in the laning stage, you prevented him from farming. He's like the poorest core still. Like, how much did you get from that kill? I guess you slow down his farm a little bit further, and you just show dominance. That's what's important, you know? You have to demonstrate that you cannot farm, Jug. You mustn't even leave high ground.
It's all about those mind games, proving who's the alpha here. Do you have the Radiance picked up, though, now for the side of Liquid?
There's Radiance on Koikwa, there's also Maelstrom on Jug, so he will dish out a little bit of damage, I suppose. He might kill a Wolf or two.
He's not there yet.
But not the big bad Wolf, though.
Look at this pack in that pit. They're just ripping away. A nice double damage rune on Gunner. They should take this Roshan very quickly. And they didn't even need to get a pick off for it.
They're just way too difficult. It's just way too difficult for Liquid to fight with them. This Roche falls on 20-minute mark, and BKB is queued up by Kunkka. I believe they will wait out a couple of these items before they go high ground. They can also just stroll towards the bottom lane and take these two towers that are left remaining on the low ground.
Well, they have some really nice vision, too, going on in the dire woods there. So they know that they're going to be farming either their jungle or the triangle. In fact, that's where you see most of the cores just spending when they're trying to catch up, right? It's just hanging out in their triangle. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of a smoke, Mirana play, something to try to play some more pressure down on Mika.
Yeah, so you go down here in the Radiant Woods, so you take down the tier 1, you ward around their secret shop as well. That's usually what you play. You just have to get them out. You just have to flush them away from your woods so that they can't pressure that tier 2 any longer. But so far, Centaur is doing a good job. He's hiding in the woods, that he pops out. Boxy, that is, he pops out, he cleans a wave, which just pushes into the tier 2, and someone has to go back down there to outpush it all the time. It's either Universe on his axe, or right now it's Mirana out pushing. So strategically, Liquid, they're still in the game, they're keeping themselves there, but NiP, they're in full control. And Liquid, they can't afford themselves to make any mistakes at the moment.
And I have a question for you, because now that we've got this triangle over here for Dire, does that place a higher value now on that tier 1 in the bottom? Because I know in the past, like, people say, oh, you know,
it's the same.
The opposing ones, it doesn't mean that much, but it does provide a way for you to get in if necessary.
Like
you have Shrine too, but...
Basically, you have to realize that you cannot shut the team down completely. Oh.
Bottom lane again, waiting patiently. If they take down Boxy here, this is going to be really nice. In fact, they don't even bother with the call. They know he's stunned up for quite a while.
Surprised Universe didn't dunk that, Centaur, but all right.
It's not necessary.
Not necessary. I mean, of course it's necessary. It feels so good.
It does. That is probably one of the most satisfying things in Dota when you dunk someone like that. That and like a really good echo slam, right?
Echo, yeah. Not as
especially with the new like what is it, the Starfall set or whatever?
With the Arcana,
yeah,
right?
with the Arcana. It
feels good.
Awesome every single time.
I'm sad it's not as strong as it used to be, but there you
Courier.
go. That's what he was saying.
And
before.
the X coming out here. They're going to try to get the kill onto Insania. Boat connects. Need a little bit more damage. That arrow, though, right at the last second. He's going to burn to death.
He just moved back into it. You know, some players, they're like magnets for arrows. It's like something in your mind. It makes you move back into it. Like, he just likes arrows. That's what it is.
No, he's just used to the old timing. He figured, oh, I'm going to be fine if I duck right now. Top lane again, they're trying, or sorry, mid lane, trying to get the jump over here onto Koif, but not going to be able to land the arrow.
Yeah, if you remember that BKB.
Damage coming out, the jump forward coming out from Universe too. As that blade mail up, it doesn't even matter, he's stunned up.
He just died under his tier 3, and now Boxy as well.
Boxy's got to use the Stampede to run out. He can't afford this damage here.
Oh man, if your Centaur is falling that easily,
that's scary.
You bought back your Dragonite, but he doesn't have ulti. Can you even fight this?
Oh, arrow into Torrent. Taiga's going to be stunned up a little while here. Boat coming through. Will landing one more hit. And
he's going to be more than stunned. He's going to be sent to the fountain.
He did, absolutely. Nice soulbind getting thrown out here. Boxy jumping forward, manages to find Universe. Universe, he's going to tank a lot of that damage. Is going to get taken down by Mika, and now it looks like NiP going to have to retreat. They no longer have Universe. They don't want to take this fight, but you know what's in that bottom river right now that they're going to find.
That's the double damage, but PPD might destroy it as...
I think you wait patiently. You see if anybody comes out, you get a disruption.
That's
you
a
can
good
see Gunnar
play.
making his way over. Ooh! Swell. There's going to be
the
dragon
force.
form before Steph comes out. Still going to be able to land that stun. X getting thrown again. The rest of the team, they're chasing after Gunnar. They want to make him pay for that rune here.
I'm not so certain you want to dive under this shrine. At best, what you do is you take down PPD and you go for the bounties.
Can they get him, though, is the question, because that's a beautiful torrent. Gonna drop right on top of Mika. He can't afford to get taken down. Again, they have the double damage, then the BKB. They take him out. Boxy now trying to run himself away from Gunnar. Does manage to get the stomp. Still getting chased by Biver. They need some more backup here. And again, he is very, very tanky. Manages to blink out in time. It was supposed to be a quick pick-off on PPD, but instead they end up losing their jug again.
You're in such a sad spot when you're chasing a Shadow Demon and you lose your position 1. That's a pretty rough spot to be in if you're Liquid, but yeah, they had to take that chance. At least they got a couple of bounties, that's something, but they're definitely losing this game hard.
That's a consolation prize at this
it's
point.
such a consolation prize.
I gotta say, these arrows have been really on point.
Yeah, it's not like they're lacking setup for the arrows, but it's not like he's been using these setups all the time as well.
Yeah, he's found some really good openings. And then, of course, Universe is just, his timing is so good.
Yeah.
What I come to expect from him, seeing from him playing, especially like back in the Faceless Void days. Remember those days?
Yep.
That feels like a million years ago.
Definitely makes me think and feel old. Thank you,
You're
Moxie.
a baby. You are an infant child. My sweet summer child. You don't know what it means to be old. Bottom tower. Gonna get some pressure placed down here. I don't think they want to try to defend this at this time. I think you're gonna hold high ground.
Can you even hold high ground? That's the question.
That is
like,
that is the
used,
big question.
In that last fight on the high ground, you lost your Dragonite. He bought back. You lost Lion. You used everything that you had, and you only took down Universe. He created a universe of space in that team.
Nice.
No, I'll show myself out.
Get out of here, Weeb. Anyway.
Weeb?
You like Dragon Ball Z? You like Dragon Ball Z? That's an anime. You're a weeb.
That's not an anime.
That's definitely an anime.
DBZ is gotchy and it's manly. I love DBZ.
They do have that Axe picked up now for the Lycan, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. I don't know if they're even going to have enough time to really show it off, right? Like,
yeah,
it feels like this game's going to end in the next.
Yeah, I don't feel like that
minutes.
antagonism is necessary at all in this kind of a game. I think it's like it's all right, but it's not necessary. I think getting that AC earlier would be better for them, but Kunkka can get it too.
These are such slow-looking wolves, though, right?
Like, yeah, 3 wolves on each lane feels good. The Aghanims on the Lycan, what it allows you to do is just farm so fast.
I mean, he's already farming quite fast.
And he's already in full control of this match. That's the thing. Like, once Lycan gets that tags, you can expect 5 minutes of farm, and then suddenly he's 6-slotted. That's why this item is actually good. Like, I know not too many players love it at the moment. It's not really the most popular item, but I think we might see a rise when it comes to the pickups of Aghanims on Lycan.
Well, if they start playing it in these matches like this and it's successful, I think we'll definitely see a rise.
I mean, in a match like this one, he could have bought a Dagon and it would still work. Still, game is not over yet. Only one side down, only one Rex down, actually, Liquid.
They are 10k behind, though, which is definitely not a comfortable spot to be in if you're Team Liquid.
I mean, Team Liquid, just a few months back when they were still playing under Alliance, they would be 40k ahead and they couldn't close up games, so 10k.
Wow, wow, that's some shade, Lizard.
Nah, I mean, everyone knows it. That's what they were known for.
Yeah.
But they improved on it.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Ooh.
Oh, that blink. That's the movement speed nerf to the arrow.
Yeah.
That's what they were talking about.
You can see it coming if you're not hiding over there. It looks like they're going to stop, take a little bit of a breather. We've got a Desolator queued up for the Lycan.
Yeah, the AC is completed on Kunkka, so that makes a lot of sense. Next item for Lycan is Desolator. One of the good facts, one of the good things why this Aghanims is good on Lycan is you can basically use it, right? You can buy the recipe, use the Aghanims, infuse it, and because of that, it opens up another item slot. So.
How many double damages has Gunnar gotten today?
Every single one so far. 100% double damage rate.
There has been so many of them. He's got another one bottled up, say, for a rainy day or for taking high ground.
Also moving towards the Halberd, which will help versus the Chug, versus the DK.
Oh, the jump forward again, Universe. Acts like he found himself Nikke. This is not good. Does have the healing ward up, and in comes Insania. They'll get a Finger of Death off. Oh, nice save, though, coming out from Peter. We'll be able to keep Universe alive just a little bit longer. Not long enough, though, unfortunately, as he is going to buy back. He wants to be a part of this. Now BKB's popped over on Koifa and Boxy. Boxy, he's looking, trying to get over there fast enough. Has Skeeter in his sights. They want it. There's going to be the boat thrown out, though. Triple kill for Gunnar, as he's able to take down Insania. Taiga also buying back. That's 3 buybacks on the side of Liquid. We're waiting patiently here. Koifa turns back around, runs right into Gunnar. He's pretty tanky, though. Mikke puts out a decent chunk of damage with the Force Staff, moving him up to high ground. Jump in again from Universe. Ultra kill for Gunnar. And he's not even done yet. He wants more. That Blink Dagger is on cooldown, but there's going to be a beautiful arrow with that X, the Rampage coming out from Gunnar. And it looks like they're not even done yet. There's a kill for Universe. Giving out kills everywhere. The GG gets called. NiP taking game number 1.
Gaben was giving Gunnar double damage after double damage until he delivered with the Rampage and closed this game out in such a cool fashion. Man, NiP they're quite fresh when it comes, like, yeah, Universe and PPD, they have played before. Skitter and Beaver, they have played before. But this is a new, fresh stack, and I didn't really expect such a strong performance from them. Not as, like, convincing
So
as
what
this
about
one.
our NA boys now, huh? Excellent, and I'm sure Alliance is going to take some time. They're going to come back fresh with a good attitude and hopefully give us another game so we can go all 3 games. But we are going to take a short break, guys, and when we come back, we'll have more Dota 2.
where a large portion of the game is going to be decided. And what do you know? Our analysts were actually on point with that part. Not the prediction part, we're not talking about that.
Wait, we're not? No. I would love to.
You were correct as the only one. Welcome back, of course, at DreamLeague Season 12. We just had our first game. You guys thought Liquid was going to have the right of it, especially with the laning stage and how that was going to turn out. Turned out, actually, my co-host Graham was the one that was the only one correct in his prediction because the laning stage ended up going to the Wave Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, the Axe had an extremely good laning stage. He got way more than the Centaur. His Blink Dagger timing on Axe was insane, 11 minutes with the phase boots and the bracer, and then he made a lot of space for his team. Same goes for Shadow Demon and Mirana, plus a Kanka. Like, this is the dream game for Mirana, setting up so many arrows. And when you think about, oh yeah, he landed those arrows, but we gotta give credit to Peter, because he's the one positioning himself using the disruption. But overall, pretty clean game from NiP.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing bottom lane is if you look at the tri-lane versus tri-lane, the Juggernaut, the one melee hero on Dire has to go in to get a kill, right? But on the Radiant side, the two ranged heroes did everything by themselves, so they never had to commit. It looked so much easier. I was like, I actually thought that lane was bad for them. Then I watched him play, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, the Jug turns and he starts spinning, and they just turn and start hitting him. Instead of them having like two melees, they have these two range cores. They're just beating on the spinning it, and they have a Lycan who has the aura, and they have How. It all does come into play. Also, I think Mickey caught an arrow instead of like spinning. That does hurt quite a bit. I was pretty surprised that they actually ended up going for aggro tri-lane. I thought they'd be able to like do a different type of laning setup to secure and like, secure their Centaur a bit more farm, which he did get farm, but slow down the Axe, slow down Universe.
And since it's a 3 versus 3 lane, it means the Juggernaut is not going to be that high level, which he usually is, because supports just zone out the other players. He can spin, get the kill. In this case, as you mentioned, they just right-click him and he's dead.
Yeah, Captain Hindsight, I'll do like a little bit right here, but like looking at it, I looked back at Liquid's draft overall, and they need items to do damage. And I look at NiP's, they didn't really need that many items to damage except for on their main, like their main carry hero.
Yeah, you can blame it on screen fog. The screen is not big enough for you to see.
We do have a screen of the stats, the post-game stats, if you guys are interested in that. And you're saying about, you're being Captain Hindsight. That's why we're here. We are literally Captain Hindsight. This is the panel of Hindsight captains right here. We're really good at that. And, we're doing our job with that. So, it's always panning out a little different from what we think it's gonna happen. And that's the beauty of the game.
Yeah,
because if we already knew what was going to happen, it wouldn't be so much fun.
The item timings on NiP was pretty much perfect. You have Necro 3, Helm of the Dominator, you have Kanka with the Radiance, and Dragonite didn't have his Radiance for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, we can look at the scoreboard. I think we have it ready for you guys. In terms of the scoreboard, though, I must say we don't have it right now. We'll have it some other time, maybe. But I do think that the game, you guys said it before the game already. Laning stage is very important. I kind of feel like there wasn't really that much chance for Liquid once that laning stage was over. It kind of felt like a done deal.
No, it wasn't. I mean, like, if you look, right, you have Lycan on one side, who loves farming the jungle, and then you have Juggernaut, who Lacoste said is level 5 at, what, 10 minutes in? He doesn't farm the jungle at all. Meanwhile, Lycan just summons his wolves. He farms completely, and that's pretty much what happened. Out of the laning phase, it was just all NiP.
Yeah, and we said before the series even started, Gunnar has 2 heroes. Yeah. One's Ember Spirit, got banned. One's Kunkka, and they were able to pick it up 3rd pick. And that was second pick for them, anyway. But that was a or 4th pick overall, I guess. But that was a very important hero for them. We can take a look at the replay as well. I believe that he is the star player in the highlight clip you selected.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just watch him, like, pretty much. We'll just watch all this play out here. We see Boxy in position, wrapped around. And it's going to be quite a long fight here coming out into play.
Yeah, let's play it.
Or not.
Let's play it.
Boxy, please.
I'm clicking play.
There we go.
There we go. It's gone. And here we see it begin. They get the jump off immediately onto Mickey. Mickey is forced to run away over here. He tries to get out. They get the re-engage. It gets saved by Mr. Oh, that's not what I was going for there. But, we'll go for that one, too. We'll go for this.
A lot of face
Peter
palms.
saves over here. And then we
Look
see
at
this.
Skeeter in the back.
Yeah.
He changes direction too. He destroys Ty. He's like, I'm going to go for Insane.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
These two supports have no escape mechanism. We've seen so many times that they have nothing once they go in with the X mark or disruption combo.
And we'll just watch the cleaves here. Gunnar comes in. He gets a cleanup kill there. He gets a couple extra hits. Also, during all this, he does have a double damage. So if we do see his damage, he's sitting for like 450
and he just
per attack.
fights right here. Look at it. He's just literally right-clicking, doing nothing, just fighting a BKB.
Yeah.
All right, that's a triple
That's
kill.
a triple. We'll just...
Grant, prepare it.
Give him.
It's coming. Look at the damage.
Wait, they have a chance.
Look at this damage. And, oh, the 4-staff save. He gets moved back in, but he'll get reset. You know, they're still trying to run away. He secures another last hit off the cleave.
He even gave a kill to Universe there, you know.
He did.
You played well. I'll let you have it.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Give him the rampage, and the Wolves almost steal it. The Wolves are close. Look at
it.
Even Mirana. Bam. See this? Even Mirana tried to go for the kill still.
Yeah.
I must say, we talked a lot about the soulbind and the double hex and the double finger, and that was all great. But that is only great if you are the one initiating, and I think that's kind of what they lack. Like once you're behind, how do you fight from behind?
There's no way for them to counter-initiate because they have no save. They have pretty much nothing at that point. They can't even use the Centaur ulti because it's not effective since you're arrowed.
Yeah, I think that's one of the big things. We talked about Insania and defensive and saving supports, and I think NiP, Gunnar in his interview actually addressed it. He's like, when they have their defensive play style, they play really well around it. This time they didn't have it, and they were completely on the reactionary, and they weren't able to set up for it.
Yeah, it was super funny. The very first Grimstroke ult in the finger bottom, it was on the Kunkka boat. It literally did like 100 damage to Lycan and Kunk, and you're just like, once you saw that, you're like, oh, this is not going to go well. It
I
did like
guess
nothing.
we're just going to wait for 3 minutes to do this again, or at least try.
Yeah. So we need a... All right, Jug needs about 20 minutes to farm for us to have a chance.
Hold, and then you got to Lycan with an Aghanims, and good luck holding or even leaving your base at that point.
Yeah.
Do the Wolves get cripple, right? The ones that get summoned? They're Wolves.
They're Wolves.
They don't go invis though, right? The first ones didn't. I don't know if that was bugged.
Like they just... The first one, it felt weird because we saw the moment he picked up the axe, 3 Wolves spawned outside of the creep wave. They just spawned.
And those didn't get invis, I saw, so I didn't know if the other ones did.
I did not see the other ones get invis either.
Okay, so they don't get that, I guess.
No, but they do. I mean, they push out the waves. A
lot.
Yeah, a lot. Like, it's very difficult to hold the base for a long time if you know that you're going to have to settle in.
Yeah, especially if you're in a bad spot. If you're missing one side lane, which is going to be naturally pushed in, and then you have Lycan Wolves pushing that side, so you're just putting pressure on the other lane, especially if you took, let's say, the top lane, and then you're pushing the bottom. Tier 4s are going to go down so quickly.
Yeah, and I think it was Gunnar who maybe made the call, because if you just notice, Skeeter picked up the Hyperstone, and they both had the Assault Cuirass queued up, but Gunnar ended up picking it up, which let him go the Ags, and I thought that was just a much smarter play, too.
Yeah, they seemed pretty solid at that point anyway, but like, you could see that they were still communicating, and they had a firm grasp of that game.
Now, I think I know who I would vote for the MVP. I think everybody kind of know who they would vote for, but let's see what you guys voted for at home. Who did you think was the MVP of this first game?
It's going to be Gunnar,
It's going to be
right?
Mickey.
It's
going to be Gun, Daddy.
Okay.
It's going to be Mickey, I told you.
That's not very friendly, Twitch
Dude,
chat.
Skeeter got 0%.
That's what they
so
do.
well.
Wait, they started with 10%, and he... What?
They didn't start at 10%. That's just to show how it works.
Yeah.
It was,
all right.
you know.
Numbers are
that was
cause.
I like the NiP votes, I think, are really well. Like, I think that's really good. I think Peter played really well. His positioning was perfect for setups.
0 for Biver, though. That boy, he had a lot of, like, arrows that only he shot, too.
Yeah, so
it seems like Twitch means they think that hitting arrows is that easy. I want to see you try.
Yeah, good luck. All the Maranas and all the pubs. I'm not sure if we're going to see Marana in this game. It was a very good Marana game, but maybe it's going to get banned. We're going to find out what's going to happen in game 2 because the draft's already live, you guys. We're going so fast. Look at that. We've got an applause for that. Thank you. Yeah, we are ready to get going with this one. Ninjas in Pajamas are Radiant once again.
They ban it?
If they don't ban Kunkka, they're just going to first pick it straight away.
Yeah, I think that's where like we always talk about the priority shifts and everything, but like if they do first pick Kunkka, though, then you get your OD. So maybe you start mind gaming a little bit. You do your OD Marana if they first pick Kunkka, something along those lines. If not, you go for... I do really still, even though I still love seeing Insania on these Grimstrokes, I love him on saving heroes. When he plays his SD, when he plays his Oracle, they play so well around it. So I'll keep favoring those at least for them. But
I also really don't like Lion in the first phase. Like, what does it really show of your draft? You're like, well, here's a weak guy. He has a lot of disables, but we saw the Lycan, right? Just two-shot him the entire game.
Yeah.
It's a weird first pick hero.
And like usually it's like you want to address the first 2 picks, right? I feel like they didn't really address the Kunkka too much that we talked about.
All, yeah.
And Lion, I feel like if you're gonna first 2 Lion, it's because you're addressing like a Puck, a Storm Spirit in the first picks. So
I don't think they will Kunkka. I think the OD is so scary.
yeah,
They might just Shadow Demon.
I think they
again,
just
right?
SD again, yeah.
It's a save. It's a great. That's the best part of SD. Like on Oracle, it's just a save. SD, it's a kill and a save. They're gonna Kunkka now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're taking the Marana, too.
Yeah, it's Kunkka and Marana this time. for
Probably.
sure.
And then you just take OD, right?
And then you take OD. Yep.
Well, someone just got debated, huh?
Yeah. Let's see.
But do you want OD and SD?
You can just cycle those 2 abilities. Infinite save.
When they hit
My,
25,
yeah.
then you're
God,
gonna Aghanims OD. Yeah,
They're untouchable.
You're not going to be worried about a Void anymore if you have an SD and an OD. At least that saves you a ban.
maybe.
Oh,
They
Void still
Maybe.
Void is
Void's
banned
just
material
terrifying,
in the
right?
Void's
second
still
phase
good,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So this is. Do you go for a dispel? Do you go for your Legion?
Yeah, maybe you do, because I'm thinking if you do pick OD here, obviously they could just move the Kunkka to 3, right? And that messes with a little bit.
I don't mind the dispel. I know people. I'm not crazy about the Legion, but I know people really like it. So it's great versus the Marana to remove that. The Kunkka combo is obviously not X, but
Crazy.
so they're doing the lane. So that's just they want to match up the Razor versus that Kunkka.
I like it. I don't know if I like Razor as a hero. Like, right? Like, just like, you think about it, like, what does he do? He links up, he wins you the lane, but he's one of those heroes, if he dies once, all of a sudden, you're just bad. You're not a hero
I have
anymore.
to disagree a little bit
I like
with
Razor.
Grant. I think Razor is a great hero. He, not the old one, but the one that can keep
Do things.
farming. Like, Razor's gonna be on the top of net worth list for sure.
Yeah, I do like it. It's also, we mentioned Gunner's limited hero pool, right? Ember's taken out, Kunkka's picked up. He's got to find his other alternatives, and as a Kunkka and Ember spammer, right? He's probably like Razor just ruins Kunkka's entire game.
Yeah.
So the mentality for him.
So they banned out Queen of Pain, which is one of the better laners against Razor since Static Link doesn't do anything, and now that it's gone, it still can be Kunkka mid. Like, playing co-op side lane doesn't feel that great.
Yeah.
NiP's turn to ban.
Okay.
Probably a good idea to get rid of the axe. It was very weird. Like, you could tell Liquid was experimenting a little, because they really did let NiP get, like, some of their best heroes.
Yeah.
Biver, he played, Potom was his most played hero in the qualifiers. Axe was top 2 for Universe. They let him get everything they wanted.
Yeah.
You got to ban him out
Yep.
eventually.
And this time they are definitely
10 seconds.
having some answers for some of those heroes.
5 seconds.
I don't know. What do you, on Razor, what do you go now? Like, what's your build? Do you just fall back to the jungle and farm, or what,
I would
what
love
do
to
you do?
see some maybe Yule Scepter first item. It's great against Kunkka.
I love the Eul's build. It's so good, actually.
You have something to cancel the TP. You have a save for yourself against the Kunkka's combo.
Team Liquid's turn
I like that ban.
NiP's
Brood ban, that's something that can really mess with you a lot if you are a Razor, if you do want to put that mid. It's an Ogre clap, by the way.
Yep. I
Yeah, a
mean,
little.
We got a couple
that's
people.
good. And
Crowd
it's
got
just
my
like
back.
Ogre, slightly offbeat.
We're,
well
we're
done.
just staring at you like you're crazy, man. They got your back, though. Who is this guy? You think it's a
10 seconds.
5 Ogre, then? Probably, right? I think that's mostly what they've been playing it as.
Remaining.
In the past, they've ran a lot of 3 Ogre.
Yeah.
They ran Boxy on it a ton, but now I'm not too sure.
It's not a save. I feel it is a 5, but I'm not a fan either. It's a lot of stuns, though. They definitely, Liquid loves their stuff.
I
This
love
last
European Dota, man. We casted some NA qualifiers, and there were no stuns.
Just
People were just
Omni Knight
running
Chen.
away.
Undying Omni Chen running at each other, unable to catch.
We're like 4 kills in 90 minutes.
All right, so here's another save
Love this pick.
for Kunkka's combo for Arrow.
And
So
it's Viper.
having multiple layers of save is always nice.
I really like these, like this SD plus Tusk versus the Kunkka Marana. It really just changes up the damage that comes out.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's
We saw this one
real-
banned. This one was banned in the last game on the 4th ban.
That's real high tempo. You're pretty, I wouldn't say you're all in, but now like the 25-minute mark, if you're not ahead, you're well, obviously you're behind, but it just feels like you're not really gonna have a chance to get back into it, because like Kunkka and Bloodseeker, you're gonna get the Radiance, you're gonna get whatever the Bloodseeker wants, and you're just gonna go. You're never gonna stop.
10 seconds remaining.
Wait, if Bloodseeker has Q on himself plus Shadow Demon's Soul Catcher, he's just gonna get one shot.
90% of his life. What?
It's very different from the first game so
is.
far.
'Cause it felt like both teams wanted to run at each other in that game. In this game, you can tell it's like they're actually like counter-picking lanes. It's not just pick what we want.
Yep.
So people are actually skilling Blood right in lane now, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
level 1.
It's level 1, right? Okay,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
want to use the mana in the laning stage. It's pure damage, secures the range creep.
Yeah.
Every time I used to see the Blood Rage thing, I'd be like, you're just losing your lane literally single-handedly. You're just giving them free stick charges.
But it gives
There's no
regen.
reason, yeah.
Yeah, but it was just weird to me. But people are starting to catch on to that, so now they are getting the Blood right. So it looks like it's going to be like Bat and Bloodseeker, all right?
That's a lot of slow. If
lot
they
of-
pair up Tusk with the Bat Rider in the laning stage, Bloodseeker's not going to have a game.
Yeah, this looks tough for the Bloodseeker right now.
It does
But
feel
look at
like
the other thing. Bloodlust plus Bloodseeker. Double blood.
And then he gets Demonic Purged, and he just can't move.
he's just not. He's just a seeker.
But he's just going to get links and then he's not going to hit for anything.
Yeah. The biggest thing is though, like it's team fight, right? Radiant doesn't have the much. Do you think just picking lanes is really that good? Like, what's their team fight on Radiant? Like, you don't really have team fight stuns.
really
If
don't.
anything, you have like this giant laning phase, which we've seen. It's good to counter pick, but
So
eventually
Van Void.
Kunkka will be a better hero.
They have initiation in Bat Rider, but they also have a double save, so they can counter-react to what Team Liquid is doing. They don't have to initiate at all.
But isn't Liquid fine with just sitting back with a Kunkka Bloodseeker farming against a Bat Rider Razor? Like, if they can just farm on the map and avoid fights, it feels like that's
NiP
beneficial.
wants to bait them. They want Kunkka to use the boat, Mirana, Arrow. They're going to use one of those saves and then reset the fight and come back in.
I'm wondering if this like Bloodseeker pick is like a block, so they can't pick Lycan either.
Could, yeah.
Right, because right now I'm looking, NiP has no tower damage either. So no team fight, no tower damage. They have good lanes, but they have to be able to get something out of that.
Yeah.
And now Void's banned, so that's the team fighter taken out. You don't really want to pick the Lycan versus the Bloodseeker very much, because you just get ruptured.
Because reasons.
And die.
Because
Yeah.
reasons.
Reasons. You guys know.
So now they need a pushing hero though what are we gonna call him, Oliver or Skitter?
I just call him Skeeter.
The Skeeter? Sorry, Skeeter.
Yeah, my boy Skeet Daddy. Yeah.
I would say Skeeter. Yeah.
Peter and Skeeter, huh?
The combo, the deadliest duo no one thought would happen, and now look at them. That's funny. If you think about like that lane, right? Like if you think of those two personalities, I'm really surprised it actually works out because they have completely opposite personalities.
We
they
just
really do.
started the season, Grant.
Yeah.
Give him some time.
I'll give him time, you know. Maybe there's Skeeter, he matured, or maybe Peter dumped, maybe he like went down, you know what I'm saying?
Could you elaborate a little bit on their personality differences for people that are not familiar with
I
that?
think Peter's known to have a very calm demeanor in game, but behind the scenes he's a little more aggressive. While Skeeter, he's just more, he's out there, he's ready, he's just gonna start yelling.
Okay.
All right, I would love to see some high magic burst.
Is this them like setting up lanes? So it's like, all right, where's Kunkka lane?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lane versus Necro. He doesn't really like playing versus Bat and versus Razor. Those are tough lanes for the hero for sure. So it's gonna be a weird place for them where to put this Kunkka.
So it is 3 Ogre.
No,
it's
it's
5
not.
Ogre.
5 Ogre. Wait, what?
That means
Marana mid.
middle Moran.
So that's
Dude,
a
they're
budget,
really-
yeah,
the
so-
Razor.
Bloodseeker safe
It's a budget
lane,
Queen
Kunkka
of
mid,
Pain. You can just
Ogre
leap
off lane.
away from Static Link.
Budget Queen of, yep, it is a budget Queen of Pain.
All right.
This is a little bit different of one, because I do think NiP has way better laning phase,
Yeah.
but like after the laning phase, what do? They just keep bullying people with Bat Rider? Can they take over the game? That's the question.
Double save with this Necro.
That's scary.
Pretty strong. And this seems like a pretty strong Necro pick. What do they actually have to deal with him? The damage? Ogre
Both, but they have save.
All right, both, but they have saves.
Dark Willow ulti.
And
One of the
Bloodseeker's
ultis.
not terrible as Necro, just because you do throw down that, you know, the AoE. If it gets up on the Necro could just die immediately.
Sure.
What are we thinking?
You know, I went first last time and I was right, so I'll let you guys decide.
So you want to be wrong?
No, I want to be right, but I don't want you guys to copy, obviously.
All right, I'm going to go with NiP. The double save plus Necro just feels way strong. And it's been a while since I saw Mirana being played on any other position than position
Yeah.
4. And
Yeah.
I don't know if they can pull it off.
I'm just not sure how Kunkka's going to lane. I think they picked 3 core heroes that just make Kunkka's lane really miserable. So I'm also going to go for an NiP.
True, but you bring up the Kunkka. This hero, legit, even Kunkkas versus ODs, the Kunkka goes to the jungle, comes back. I do believe the team fight might be better on Dire, but I'm with you. I'm going with NiP.
That was a close one.
But there's a chance.
There is a chance. But and who am I to go against all my analysts?
You're Sheemer, you can do what you want.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go against you guys. So I needed a good argument for that. Last game we said, you know, look out for that laning stage. What would you say, like, is the point of attention for this game?
I think right after the laning stage, I think NiP should win this laning stage. It's what the Bat Rider, I think it's Universe again, it's what does he get done after the laning phase? Like, if he's just not constantly getting pickoffs, he's kind of not doing his job.
Okay.
As a Bat Rider, you have to get stuff done.
Watch the Bat.
Yeah, watch the Bat. Watch the reduced, like the way they can reduce damage at least. Like the saves with the Necro, I feel like they can actually sustain really well, even though there is a good amount of damage coming out from the side of Liquid.
All right, the saves and the Bat Rider. What can they do in this game too? Let's find out. Moxie and Lizard, are you ready for this game?
Oh yeah, we're definitely ready. I'm so excited. I was looking at this draft Lizard coming out from the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. I was a little confused, but the more that they talk about it, the fact that they do have, you know, the save coming out, I think that's going to pay off a lot, especially the heals, having these really long fights, I think.
They have a bunch of
It's
saves.
gonna be great for them.
They have a bunch of saves, but who cares about saves? Who cares about these defensive plays? I like aggression. Like, look at Liquid. Like, they're all in. You have this Ogre with the multicast. You have the Arrow. You have the Bloodseeker, Dark Willow. She's going to buy a Vessel. Skitter ain't going to do a thing after that. Come on. Give them some. Like, all 3 of them voting for NiP. I expected the panel to be split here. But I believe they also got influenced by that. Oh, quick way is Mirana mid. Oh, never mind. NiP all the way. Nah, Mirana is all right actually versus the Razor.
Well, they said it's a budget Queen of Pain.
It's a budget Queen of Pain, exactly. However, if you're playing this Mirana right now, you want her on position 4. Boxy on this Kunkka. Let's see if they'll see him. Snowball is there.
Yeah, this is not looking great for Boxy. He's got 3 stacks of that Shadow Poison. It's level 1 though. 4 stacks. The body blocks are coming out from Peter. They want this kill, and Peter's going to get himself
oh, you do not want to have a Shadow Demon that gets first blood that quickly. 300 gold straight to his pocket. Goes to buy boots. Goes to buy Arcanes soon if he gets a couple of more of those.
On the bright side, it is Peter who's known for being position 6, right?
Yeah.
But Universe, all eyes are going to be on him, and it looks like they're devoting a lot of attention to make sure that he doesn't get a good start, because you saw what happened last time. His axe just got away with way too much and accelerated too quickly.
Insania is just blocking him out
he's
of
a
his
big old
spine. That's a
chunkus
kill.
here. Taiga gets himself a kill on Universe, so the aggression is coming out early, and I like it from both of these teams.
That's a great kill. Also, Mirana is like better played on position 4 right now. That's why we see her on that position all the time. But she can lane versus Razor. And also Kunkka in this game does not necessarily have to be that driving force. What you need from Kunkka is, oh, nice snowball there. What you need from Kunkka is basically a boat so that Bloodseeker survives before he hits you a few times with Blood Rage and heals up. That's pretty much it. That's why Boxy is just level 1 hiding behind the tree. That's not good.
That's not good. No, definitely not. The body blocks again coming out, though. They're really spending a lot of time trying to shut down Universe. They realize that they need to have Mickey have a better lane.
Well, first, Mickey needs a better lane that he had. Oh, Snowball, will it be there? No.
This is a dead, that's a dead Biter.
Yeah, can't Snowball out of root anymore, and he's just dead there. So they killed the Bat twice. They also killed the Biver Tusk. A good start for Liquid, on that top lane at least, as Boxy is still level 1. But he's at least pulling that one range creep wave. Not really a creep wave.
Hey, at least he got one, right?
It's a particle in a way. Anyway.
This is so much attention that they're dedicating to Universe, and I'm a little worried about this. You know, I get the idea that you want to protect it, but okay, we actually see Peter making his way up to Curse Crown will connect on Universe, can turn this around. If they get a kill on Mickey, this is totally worth it, and they will.
It's worth it,
He's
but
not hitting
Bat died.
creeps.
Bat died again, and he can port back into the lane. Oh,
True.
Bat actually can do the same.
Yeah, no, it's not great. Now Taiga looks like they're going to roll right on past him. They'll throw out a Bramble Maze here, follow up with the Disruption. Going to slow down Universe just a little bit. That tag team is real nasty, though. And Taiga gets himself taken out, and that's going over to Universe, who is very happy to get that experience.
Yeah, tri-lane is usually pretty good if you have a Bloodseeker. dual lanes are better though, because you have two lanes giving you that extra movement speed and attack speed, because there's battles going on everywhere and heroes are lower. But we'll see how much Mickey will be able to do with his boys here on this try-on-try action right now.
But in the flips, okay, so we still do get a rotation down to the bottom lane, Taiga and Boxy.
It's
And it felt like Boxy just, you know, this is very
bottom tower
awkward, I feel like, for Liquid, right? Because their lanes are just kind of all over the place. Their Kunkka's not getting, you know, hardly anything.
Yeah.
They're keeping so many of the supports up top, trying to just slow down Universe, and they lost their core for it.
And Skitter will be fine here. Like, you can pressure him a bit, but... Oh,
Gunner
Koifa.
barely making it out. Not actually, as he gets taken down by Koifa.
Yeah, he makes it out to the fountain. In a very
He
quick way.
does.
In a very quick way. He gets sent by Koifa there, solo killing that Razor. That's actually...
That's big.
That's big. That's very big for them.
Did they land an arrow, or what happened on that? I wasn't able to...
He landed everything on him.
Okay. Well, Gunner's back with a vengeance, though. He's going to get off a couple of these hits. Looks like we used up a lot of those leap charges.
Yeah, when it comes to CS, Gunner is still doing all right. 19-7 versus 15-4 on Mirana.
Well, Mirana doesn't feel very comfortable the last hit on early on.
Yeah, once you get a couple of those raid bans, phase boots, it becomes much, much easier, definitely. And he has those raid bans right now, so he will hurt Gunner much more with these right clicks now as well.
Oh, Taiga making rotation as the double damage. Curse Crown comes out. That's another kill on Gunner.
He also, yeah, he had the ward, but on the other side of the mid lane, so he didn't see that rotation. Very unfortunate.
This is making space, though, for Universe to bully Mickey pretty hard. Shards are going to come in. Mickey, he's so slowed down. There's 4 stacks plus the tag team. He does have a couple of those stick charges. Snowball's going to come out. 5. Can they get one more? Doesn't matter. They'll take him out. Now, Sania trying to run himself over to those runes. Isn't going to be able to get it because Peter's already there.
Yeah, and Gunner tips him, you know, he's dead twice in a row. He can't go to mid lane. What can he do? Like, you just open up that... scoreboard and you tip some people. At least you can do that.
But Gunner's so PMA. No.
Yeah, he's PMAing the hell out of those creeps in the jungle right now.
All right, I guess.
But it's all right. It's good. Like they invested a lot in killing him. Taiga rotated mid as well, so he has to do what he's doing. That's pretty much it. He can't go back to that mid lane. It's way too difficult. And he's also giving some space for PPD to farm, so it's all right.
Top lane, Fire Blast followed up with the Snowball. Will drag everyone inside. They want to just roll outside, but they do roll into that Bramble Maze. And Sadia now trying to run himself out. He's got the Curse Crown. Universe going to have to split off. Doesn't want to go and stun up either here. It's another nice stun, but that's a lot of damage. Oh, but the Blood Right comes through.
Did you see those bottles? Bottle charges on the Ogre. That's why he survived so long. I believe it's Taiga. He was bottling him all the time, and he survives for a bit longer. That's why they get that counter kill.
Oh, Biver, he's still alive, rolls back. Is he going to make it out?
Very good snowball.
He does.
Very good snowball. He uses it just quickly enough so that the brambles don't connect. Very well played by him.
You can definitely tell that he's very comfortable on that hero.
Overall, you can see Boxy.
Boxy's just...
Oh, Skitter. He will get that experience. Not the kill, but he gets a lot of experience there. And he's happy with that. Gives him the tip.
Top lane again. 4 stacks. Snowball coming in hot. And the stun off. They'll try to buy him a little bit more time using that Bramble Maze, but they should be able to get it. Mickey falling again. Universe, though, now is going to get 3-manned here as he tries to fly his way out. Not going to be able to do it with Koifa making his way to the top.
Yeah, Koifa is pretty much free to do whatever he wants on this map at the moment. They don't really have a lot of catch for the Mirana. He rotates top, gets that Batrider kill. There's no one on the mid lane anyway. Shadow Demon is stacking, Razor is farming those stacks, so good rotations.
What level is Boxy right now?
Just 4.
Dear.
But yeah, it's all right. He's got a lot of creeps coming his way. He's 3 levels behind Skitter, which isn't great. But it's a situation that he didn't really want to be in, but they forced him to just play this Kunkka because they had to counter the Razor. So you find yourself in a really bad lane versus a hero that also counters you pretty hard in the laning stage, especially on the side lane. And then you're level 4, 8 minutes in.
It's definitely an action-packed beginning to this game here on Sania again. Taking a lot of damage from the Firefly. Taiga buys him a little bit more time, but those shards going to block his way, and they'll be able to get themselves another kill. So they put a lot... Oh, bottom lane, Boxy. It's going to jig his way out here.
I just have to say that snowball from Tusk on top lane is so crucial for them. It's just making that lane work. PPD has drafted super well in this series so far, the first game and the second game. Liquid, they're completely in their comfort zone, but it looks like PPD has figured that comfort zone out and he's drafted very well against it. Like he found the perfect counter picks. Also, in that first game, Bloodseeker was banned. In this second game, he lets it through and he drafts so well against him. So far, at least, it has looked good, but there's a reason why this hero is banned at the majority of the games recently, because he is in a really good spot. And we'll see if this Bloodseeker will be able to create that same amount of impact in the mid game after having such a rough laning stage.
Well, it just seems so peculiar to me, the fact that they were trying so hard to, ensure that Mickey got farmed. They were trying to just slow down Universe, but in the end, I'm not even sure if it really did that much to help them out.
Yeah, if you look at the net worth as well, Batrider 3K, Bloodseeker 2.9, they're at the same level at the moment, while Batrider, he was dual laning most of the time while they tri-lane the Bat, so well, overall, Universe definitely did do very well. And as the panel stated before, it's about this Batrider. It's about Universe and how much he'll be able to do after the laning stage. Gunner, he has been shut down on the lane, but you can see PPD created so many stacks for him that he's actually on the same net worth as the Mirana, 3.6, 3.7.
It doesn't really matter where you get that net worth from, as long as you got it. It does feel a bit odd, though, to see a Razor bullied out. Like, if this was, a couple patches ago, you'd be very confused about that.
Yeah, there aren't many heroes that can do that. There's Mirana, there's Queen of Pain, but even Mirana, I don't think you're supposed to get that kill. Well, I guess he landed a good arrow there and just outplayed him a little bit. It's Koikwa, after all. Very skilled with Mirana.
Absolutely.
Bounty runes, again, 3.
They lost one, though. Insania managed to grab himself up one.
Yeah, this time around, Insania gets one. That last game as well, they were losing a lot of bounties on the side of Liquid. This game, too. Very concerning. I believe they should perhaps put some more pressure on at least 2 bounties so they even it out.
What's going on by that shrine? Moonlight Shadow gonna get used. Dark Willow, TP's out. They have nothing to knock her out Shadow Realm.
I guess he didn't have range for the snowball on a creep. He could have broken it if he had the snowball to go right through Taiga.
There's a sentry down here. They're not aware of that almost. Yeah, they're back off Beaver here. Beaver, for me, so far has been the MVP. Like,
yeah, definitely.
The way that he's been playing has just been excellent. He's always in the right place, right time. He's had some really good saves, good arrows.
For first game performance with that Mirana was really good. This second game as well as that Tusk, he made that lane work. They were playing against 3 heroes, so dual lane versus a tri-lane. They did die a couple of times early on, and yeah, Liquid did dive a little bit too much under that tier 1.
Yeah, they went down to the tier 2s eventually. Although, as we say this here, Torrent will connect, followed up by an arrow. He's pretty much stun locked. I don't believe he's going to be able to survive this one. Not this time, so
sorry
Taiga.
for the curse, Beaver.
I know, we definitely just cursed him. Like, he's doing pretty good this game. Immediately dies. Yikes. But this has been just... Skeeter has not been pressured at all.
He's going for the hood after the whale. A little bit concerning, but let's see if they can take him down.
It's a good arrow. Does connect, followed up with the boat.
Multicast is there as well, and
he's still alive, though. It's pretty hard to take him down. In comes a Batrider, providing that presence. They've got the scythe coming through. Now Insania, oh, he's not long for this world either.
What a great turn, and Universe demonstrating exactly how you should play with these travels if you get them so early on. These travels aren't supposed to just let you farm and be on the other side of the map. They're supposed to let you farm, but also join the fights when they happen.
Right.
And so many players would just abandon that Necro. You'd be like, all right, there's too many of them, just die, bro, you know? Like, we'll fight some other day. No, Universe supports him, realizes that Necro can survive the Skitter, has those sticks and the Ghost Shroud to work with. A really good comeback.
Yeah, look at this here. It's not looking good here for Skeeter. I was about to say, man, we've cursed a lot of players today, but in comes that Batrider. They fortified the creeps too to make sure that he can get in there.
He lived on 60 HP, 50 even.
And look at this, they just drag him back. So well done, so well played.
And also kills poor Boxy with the scythe. Like this guy just cannot get a break in this match. He's had a rough laning stage, and now after the laning stage, he's also suffering the most. But that's usually what happens when you're just moved from a lane in order to counter a counter.
will go and they'll use the Bedlam. He'll buy himself a little bit more time. Won't let the Curse Crown connect. Doesn't matter though. Does spot it out 4 different heroes. Yeah.
Scout.
Universe. Got 4 stacks and he's got. Oh. He's gonna go chasing down the slow coming out from the Razor too, although in comes Insania. They want to keep Mickey alive. This is very, very important. They have it, they've got the snowball. In comes Biver, gets the kill, chases after Insania. Walrus punch, slowing him down a little bit. They dodge that arrow, can't really dodge that fire blast, but they're still hungry for more. Koifa now needs to be careful. So does Gunnar though, he's sitting very, very low now. They have the Bedlam, they'll go use the Yules, try to keep him alive. Can't quite do that, as now Beaver having to run himself away. Boxy chasing him down. Doesn't have a whole heck of a lot of mana though. The shards come through. Oh,
yeah, it happens.
Uh-oh.
It happens. XD indeed.
XD.
It happens.
You know, he did.
We said
he
that
tried.
we said that he was really good in the first game, in the second game. So
Stop trying to make us look bad now, dude.
He's just trying to balance it out.
If he had pulled that off, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he did not pull that off. But again, still a lot of space here for Skeeter.
Overall, NiP is strategically winning this game because Bloodseeker is the one that's suffering the most. Boxy.
We've got a lasso too. In comes Beaver. Walrus punch. He's taking a bath on that Firefly. Universe gets himself another kill. They tried so hard to keep him down.
Strategically, usually if you do this kind of a play as an offlaner that has suffered a lot in the laning stage, it's not that bad because you're forcing heroes down there.
Right.
But when you're playing versus a Batrider with travels, it doesn't really hurt NiP that much as they can just outpush that lane with the bat and then move him to the other lane with travels. It's super simple play for them. And it doesn't close the map, you know,
Right.
they can still play as a group.
That's very, very important, I feel, especially like with these particular heroes. The way that like NiP has been playing, they play very aggressive up in their jungle. They've just completely taken it over, and they keep it pretty small. Beaver just gonna dodge the Curse Crown, no problem. Goes in again with the shards. Skeeter coming forward, and comes a big old boat. The Fear coming through. Will manage to land, and he is ruptured up here as the rest of the team is having a fight on the low ground. Koifa, can he get this kill on Gunnar? It's looking pretty good as Taiga takes him down. Taiga, though, also going to get taken down by Universe as he chases now after Boxy. Boxy trying to get himself away. They need to use that dust. They do have it. They'll be able to go throw out an X over here onto their the Tusk.
2 buybacks coming from the supports.
Oh, they do manage to land the arrow. They should have. Can he get out in time? No, that's, again, though. Peter does have the disruption. I don't believe he makes it out, though.
This time, he doesn't make it out.
But look how much it took to take him down. They had to have, I think we had some buybacks, yeah? Taiga bought back.
Two bot backs.
Yeah.
Senia and Taiga, both supports bot back, but it will allow them to pressure this tier 1 on the mid lane as Catapult has spawned as well. Maybe even take it down. It seems like they should be able to do it.
We'll go right back in again. Drums are going to get popped here. Stun up Insania for a little bit. This is a little bit too far out, I think, for Beaver. He needs some help now as they focus their attention pretty hard on Insania, who did buy back.
Yeah, they also
slow down Taiga. They've got vision. They'll knock him back. Couple more hits should do the trick. They'll find it. There's going to be a boat thrown out. It's not going to be able to save him.
Yeah, both perhaps tries to save Taiga with the Rum, and those two supports that bought back just a minute ago, they're dead again. And they're dead for a really long time, which allows NiP to take control of the dire side of the map, to take this tier 1 and perhaps move in even deeper. Also, one worrying thing is that this Mirana is played on position 4 even after the nerfs, because the nerfs were mostly about the attack speed, like obviously movement speed of the arrow, flying speed of the arrow, and also leaps. With the talent, they give you less attack speed. I wonder just how well is this Mirana going to be able to scale into the late game, taking that fact.
Well, I think that's the issue, right? We could see that TP boots coming through from Universe. We'll connect with the Torrent. Boxy, it doesn't matter. Now you've got quite a few people in this mid lane if they want to go for any sort of a push.
They need this vessel as soon as possible.
Oh, the blink just finished up for Universe as he gets the drag back, followed up with the Walrus Punch, tries to leap away. This is a good kill if they can get Koifa, but he's pretty fast right now. Shards will connect. He's not going to be able to leap his way out of this one as Universe gets himself yet another kill.
Yeah, Mickey is get back, but Koifa is like, where, man? To the
I wish I could.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go anymore. They need the BKB on Bloodseeker, they need the Vessel on Kunkka. I think that's the most important power spike for them right now. The reason why they aren't able to take down Skitter is pretty much no Vessel on this team. Usually you expect it by this time when you're playing versus a Necrophos. But Boxy has had such a bad start that he wasn't able to get it yet. As you can see as a Kunkka, this isn't your usual build. Perhaps if you're a position 4, but on an offlane Kunkka, you usually go for more utility style, like some Vlad, some Crimson, something like that. He had to go straight into the vessel, but it might come just a little bit too late at this point.
It's a peculiar draft coming out for Liquid a little bit, just because, you know, you've got this Kunkka who's kind of destitute in terms of being position 3. And then, like you said, you know, the mid-Marana is the discount queen to pay. Oh, Taiga, that is not a place you want to be right now. Does have the Terrorize. Yules is going to come out, though. It doesn't really matter too much. Taiga taking a lot of damage. Should be able to get that kill. Gunner getting it. Taking down the Dark Willow. I think they'll be able to take this tower now.
They need to start utilizing their combos on the side of Liquid as well. They have that Terrorize with the Rupture. It's a pretty good combo, but for that you need to be alive.
Yes.
And you need to be together. Last time they tried to do that, they were alive, they were together, but Kunkka messed it up with the next torrent. And it just broke the combo. Necro was standing in spot. So, we'll see how things will change after this BKB is done. But right now it's looking like a really difficult spot to come out from ahead if you're Liquid.
Well, the game's not over till it's over. Moonlight Shadow, though, getting used. They have so many sentries. I'm loving the way that they're using all of these sentries. They're keeping really good tabs on where Liquid is. In fact, if you look at their jungle over there, it's just sentries everywhere placed by Peter.
Definitely, because this also gives you a general idea of where NiP wants to be and how they want to play. They want to be on the enemy side of the map. They want to be as aggressive as possible, in full control of that Roshan area too. So Liquid never had, like Liquid, they don't really have a good team when it comes to taking down Rosh, but you don't want to even give them the chance to do so.
No.
But most importantly, just keep the top lane and the mid lane pressured and have them play on only one side of the map. It gives you 66% of the map, which gives you more resources and more farm. So
66% of the map. How did you come up with that particular
it's stats. Ask Nahas.
percentage? All right, all right. The tower gets taken down. Haystron is also picked up by Gunner, so even if you manage to leap Marana, you might not be able to break the link.
Vessel is completed. Now the only thing that
charges.
you need is some charges.
Yeah, that's the tough part here.
Yeah, they're a little bit hard to get when you aren't killing any heroes.
Well, you know, maybe the tides will turn soon. That's a nautical joke.
Yeah, I saw you.
And bottom lane, that arrow does manage to hit onto Universe. Mickey, he's just getting sapped away here by this Razor. Doesn't have that haste run on him. I thought he had it still. All right, still manages to get the kill on Mickey, and now is chasing after Koifa. Xania manages to slow them down just a little bit. Taiga should be able to make it out. I don't think they're going to chase that hard, though. Beaver's thinking about it.
Beaver also has that BKB queued up, 2.4k gold.
Boxy. Might be a little too brave here. X marks the spot. Well, good at Yules. Hold on to the Kunkka a little bit longer. Beaver's here. Shard's not quite connecting, but the scythe connects.
Yeah, and he's dead for 70 seconds because of that scythe. Also, if you check Necro's item build, like he also has that Yules to work with. He had the Radiance queued up earlier, but he decided to go for the Yules before, and I love that, as it gives them more ways of dealing with the vessel once it's up. Like, if that Kunkka gets charges at some point and he uses those charges on the Necro, you now have the Yules to work with, you also have the Shadow Demon to save you, or the Tusk with Snowball, so you have ways of getting rid of the vessel. Very defensive, but also very disciplined, and I don't think they need to be too aggressive with their item builds right now, as they're in full control. I'm also wondering if perhaps Gunner is going to go for some sort of an Aghanims play soon. I've seen a couple of Razors do that recently. One of the popular Razor players in the CIS, Illidan, did it. Didn't really work out for him, but you know, when you need to push towers, it's good.
Does indeed. Xania.
Beaver
wrong
jumps.
place, wrong time.
Yeah, Beaver jumps in, punches a creep next to Insania just to mess with him a little bit. You know, mind games.
That is the blink reveal. Oh boy, and that is a big reveal here for Taiga, as he drops the sentry and immediately sees Universe.
TP's away, doesn't get killed by that lasso, and it's definitely important that he didn't die there, as they're knocking at their high ground doors. And
well, they've effectively got them pinned in the base at this point. It's very difficult. Beaver just picking up that blink too, so you think like, okay, I can go and hit a couple of these creeps, and all of a sudden there's just a Tusk, and wherever there's a Tusk, you can bet that there is going to be a Bat Rider just keeping into lane, waiting patiently. There is the Moonlight Shadow used right now, though. They're going to try to get around this tower, and Sania is going to be the sacrifice.
They have invested so much in vision.
It's paying off. I think PPD
off.
says that he's, oh, I hear a lasso, and I think that's going to be a dead Boxy. What do you think?
It's paying off in dividends as Boxy dies. He does.
He buys back.
Oh,
the
there we go.
shards.
That's the Beaver we were
There
waiting for.
we go.
Shards to the low ground, forces Boxy to buy back and still get nothing. Yeah, at least if he bought back there and got a kill, then they would have those vessel charges. But this way, Beaver is like, no, man, I'm out.
He's never getting any vessel charges. That's what Ninjas in Pajamas has decided. X marks the spot again. They have the Yules. He's just going to walk away. They use the Rupture this time, so they're going to have to play around them. They start holding up with that Terrorize. There's the Walrus Punch. And they save him with the Disruption. They even had the Snowball ready if they needed it. Taiga gets taken down here. Boxy sitting very low. He just popped back. He can't get back in this fight this time. BKB does get popped from Gunnar, and they pop the BKB on Mickey, but it's very defensive. That's not how you want to be using that on your Bloodseeker.
Yeah, that Mickey's BKB also is very giving when it comes to like expecting the upcoming 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the game. If we get that far, as once he BKBs, PPD instantly uses his Purge on him, and that Bloodseeker, what did Lacoste and Grant say? He's not a Bloodseeker, he's just a Seeker. He's just a Seeker at that point. Okay.
I laughed so hard during that. He's got to go off to Hogwarts. That's his new job. He's just a Seeker.
Or a job seeker, some other kind of a job, not a
unemployed Seeker. Yeah, look at that. So there's the Bramble Maze holding him into place. You can see Taiga wants to get in there. Just uses those shards, pushes himself down to the low ground. You're not going to touch the universe. Get out of here.
Yeah, really well played by him. And now that tier 2 should fall in the bottom lane. Oh.
Koifa finds universe. He's going to Firefly, try to run himself out, and they have to stun him quicker than that. That's very dangerous being up and around their shrine. Mickey able to TP out. Looks like Insania is going to be the one who gets taken.
Insania is like, all right, I guess I'm dead.
My life,
you guys get out.
My cores, you better get out. That always makes me very upset when I sacrifice myself as a support player and my cores don't make it out because they're like, oh, look, some farm.
Oh, look, some farm. Oh, look, that stupid position 5 is attacking them. Let's help him out.
Oh,
you know,
God, no.
Like that. That's even worse. When they tell you, like, why did you go to fight there? I wasn't... Oh, come on.
Oh, okay. All right. My blood pressure's rising here now. This Bloodseeker.
This Bloodseeker is definitely difficult to play right now.
Yeah.
You just have that BKB and you're hoping that your teammates are going to be able to take them down so you get those stacks. But even when you do get your thirst going on, you're still facing a Shadow Demon with the Purge. One of the reasons why Shadow Demon is so strong right now. Soul Catcher deals extremely well with all the tanky heroes. You have Disruption for a setup or a save, and your poison isn't really that bad either. And that's all in the first 5 levels. After that, you also have a pretty neat spell called Purge, like you can just Demonic Purge someone and make them useless.
All right, well, you've officially sold Shadow Demon to me now.
Buy Shadow Demon, guys. Pick Shadow Demon. Don't go Pudge position 5. Come on, bro.
It is interesting, though, before that team fight broke out, just to see how much they value vision on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas, right? You've got the vision coming out from the Shadow Poison. You've got vision coming out from, you know, the Firefly. I believe Razor's Plasma Field, too, also gives vision. Like, shards, it's just... They always seem to know where they are. They've got a lot of nice disables, and they're playing this very well. They're going for mostly like those pickoffs. See someone in lane, you know, get the Tusk in there, follow up with, you know, 1 or 2 more. And they're over there, they're in the Roche pit. They have no cares.
They're definitely playing this really well and very disciplined. At the same time, I'm wondering, when are they going to start pushing high ground? I guess
probably after this Aegis.
After this Aegis, most certainly.
Or the Radiance, probably maybe wait for the Radiance on the Necrophos since
we'll see just how well they'll be when it comes to pushing high ground. They're 13k ahead, so it shouldn't be way too difficult. Also for them, getting pickoffs out is very simple. If you spot out anyone.
Boxy? That's a big ghost ship. Only going to be able to land on 2 people, though. Rest of the team is making their way over. This is a very low Roshan now as Boxy. He is going to get taken down. Gunnar snatches up that Aegis, though. They managed to get the final hit. And Sania again It's just going to be a double kill here for Gunnar. They have a blink dagger. If they can get over there to Taiga in time. 10 seconds, though, on that blink.
Yeah.
Probably not going to be able to grab it.
Can't get him, but they do take down Boxy. I love how Boxy just waltzed in, and they're like...
Oh, Mickey, no! He's going to get jumped on by Biver. We got the shards. Gunner's here. BKB comes out. There's a big arrow, followed up with the Terrorize. And they're going to go. Again, we have plenty of saves on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. Gunnar just going to stand there, hold his ground. He's not too concerned about this.
He also has ages to work with. He's completely fine. They can't take them down. And you can see that these combos of theirs, like Terrorize and Rupture, there are attempts, but all those attempts get thwarted by either the snowball or the disruption. So Gunnar, like, you're fine. He doesn't even have to pop that BKB. And Mickey, so far, all his BKBs were defensive. He wasn't able to do anything with them. And his next item is a nullifier. It's some... I smell some desperation on the side of Liquid at the moment.
It's been a very tough series, I think, for Liquid. The fact that they feel like they're always playing from behind. And, like, they tried to get really aggressive early on.
NiP definitely showed up super hard in this series. They played very well. Considering how long Liquid have been together, well, under a different name, but they are the most stable team of the tournament at the moment. And
we've got a lot of, like, different stacks, like the open qualifier stacks too, I know. Look at this, already those TP boosts coming out from Universe. He cannot move, though, this time around. He's got to get himself out of that blood right. He's going to spend a little time. Boat will connect, but nope. There's going to be a good disruption. Now Koifa, he pops his BKB, but Universe, he's back. He's been ruptured. He's just holding him in place. He's wasting that BKB. Koifa, he's got to run right now. Can he TP out in time? One more hit. Peter getting the kill now on Koifa. Boxy, he's trying to TP out. They have a Yules, though. He's not going anywhere. Terrorize does come through, but the site cleans him up. Taiga now forced to just retreat with the rest of his team. NiP taking a beautiful fight. And just the discipline coming out from Universe there. He could have gone and tried to use that lasso a little bit earlier. He waits until Koifa pops that BKB. He's still ruptured. He knows all I have to do is hold him in place so they can't get away. She can't leap.
And it was Liquid. They were the ones that brought the fight to NiP. They're the ones that tried to fight somewhere else.
Oh, all right, there was a Taiga there. Beaver is just showing up today. Universe trying to just, you know, push them back a little bit more.
It looks like there was a Liquid in this series as well, but right now, it seems they will be out very fast.
That Liquid is turning into tears right now.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
You know what that means?
No.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I'm literally asking you. I have no idea what that actually means.
What does
you know
it mean?
who would know? I bet.
Liquid turning into tears?
No, no.
No?
No. Although that would be pretty
What's
sick,
Shadow
right?
Demon said?
That'd be pretty sick.
Middle tower has fallen.
I bet Sir Action Slacks would know.
Yeah, I'm certain he knows. He's a devil. He's
He's a devil. Oh, I was gonna say he's a lore master, but
He's
okay.
not the lore master.
You're gonna
he's the devil.
put shots out there.
Yeah.
So what's all right? They're gonna have Kunkka up in about 2 seconds.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah, you took two sides. You're completely fine. We're just rolling back, taking bounties and
Oh,
chilling.
Mickey,
He
get out of there, bruh.
He needs to spend this gold. If he doesn't, I don't know what he's waiting for. Perhaps the next series, the next game. He has 4,000 gold. He needs to use it immediately. They've been waiting for way too long.
I don't know what they can really do. Like anything, they have to take multiple bad fights on the side of NiP for Liquid to really start.
You're two
gaining.
sides down. Like being two sides down is pretty much checkmate, always. It's very difficult to play against it. Right now in the current patch, you can come back even versus the Megas, but strategically it's so difficult to move out of your base, especially versus these high mobile heroes of the NiP. Travels on bat, blinks on everyone.
Okay, they're gonna try to make a move here on Gunnar here in the mid lane. Again, he does have the Aegis, he's got a Yules. And just like that, they just back off. They say, okay, all right, we don't want this.
You're just
Oh,
trying
and
to force it.
Sania. Again, they'll go. There's the Batrider, though, dragging back over to the high ground. Boxy, he can't do anything. There's going to be a scythe coming through. There's no longer a Kunkka. They'll go and they'll use the Rupture over on Gunnar, but he doesn't really seem to care very much right now. They do have buyback on Boxy,
They
though.
moved outside of their base when they're 25k behind, 24k behind, and they tried to go on a target with an Aegis. That's telling of their mindset right now.
These Yules are really just doing so much work, Beaver. Finding Mickey over here. He's got the BKB pop. Nice Terrorize, though, coming out from Dark Willow. The follow-up with the Boxy, trying to run himself away from Universe. Taiga, though, now is left on his own. It looks like they're not going to follow in, though.
Yeah, they're much more disciplined on the side of NiP, I believe, at the moment at least, in both series. But also that's because their laning stage went much better, and it's easier for them to take these decisions. Let's just play with our food. We don't have to end it yet. We don't have to take any unnecessary risks. We can just go back, just sort it all out, farm our items a little bit, and then go and end it. Perhaps get a pick off first.
This is so scary right now. The only place they have vision on the map right now for Team Liquid is near the Roche pit. It's a sentry.
Yeah. And you see them. Because
and
of
they
that,
have a gem now on the side, on that Batrider. This is so scary for Liquid.
you can't really do a whole lot. You're trying to smoke out of your base. You're trying to use that Mirana ulti to get some sort of an angle on NiP, so you can perhaps go from behind and catch Universe instead of that Razor with an Aegis. But these targets are just Razor with a Reaver.
No, the jump forward, they immediately find Mickey, and he's just erased. He's gonna have to buy back here.
Yep.
If they keep going on this high ground.
They will.
Again, Gunnar doesn't have the Aegis anymore, though, at least. He does have a Reaver. He's got a BKB.
Arrow does connect, but Weaver is just
Who's going to go out there
tanky,
at Weaver?
No one. You don't have the damage, especially now with the Bloodseeker dead. If you're an IP, you're just waiting and going again, for sure. There's a double damage on the top rune. You can finish that Satanic that I believe Razor is getting. Yep. Extra 30% resistance on the status. The active is nice as well.
I'm super impressed with how disciplined the side of NiP is playing right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just push the high ground after they took down the Bloodseeker and forced that buyback at least. But instead they just moved back. Even though they had all their BKBs up, they could have went for sure to this high ground. But they're still respecting Liquid and their late game potential and just waiting it out a little bit, although it sounds a little bit funny. They're 26k ahead. I believe they could have closed the game out right there.
It's possible, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, being a little extra cautious.
Definitely.
This is Dota 2, known for some of the craziest throws, right?
Look, another smoke, another Mirana ult. This is basically the only way for Team Liquid to get outside of their base. They need to use these five-man moves out of their base to just plant a couple of wards so that perhaps they can have a good fight, a good upcoming fight around this tier 2. But you know what an issue is? NiP, they can just wait for next Rosh.
And that's
well.
exactly...
And you won't have wards around that Rosh. They will have vision around it. As you...
There's another double damage room bottled on Gunnar again. Like, this is... Insania, oh no.
There is a nullifier on Bloodseeker.
Oh, Boxy though, they use the lasso, they drag him away. Does save him a little bit, but not enough to save his life.
The nullifier is completed on Bloodseeker, but it's the Kunkka that got nullified.
I think it's go time.
And also, it seems like the base of Liquid is going to be nullified too, because 100 seconds remaining without that Kunkka. He was sighted, he doesn't have a buyback. You can't fight it to this. It's going to be so difficult. Bloodseeker is watching from behind, but...
He just can't get in the middle of all of them. There's too much damage. Koifa was trying to get a good angle here. He's gonna have to go BKB, leap himself out. But there's a whole other fight going on. They can't take down this Necrophos. He's just too tanky. He's got too much sustained. Mickey, he's trying. He barely tickles him. They take down Insania, and there's the chase now after Mickey. There's gonna be a buyback coming out from Insania again, as they're gonna chase them all the way back. That's a triple kill. This is
a disaster for
Liquid.
This
is game over.
NiP easily take this series, I believe it's fair to say, don't you think so?
I think so, with like, what was it, a 25k net worth lead at that point?
Yeah, and in the first game it was something very similar too, but this second game felt just much more convincing to NiP. They styled over them a little bit. Gunnar, he played so well considering that he had a rough start.
A really rough line.
Like that Mirana is good versus Razor. Also, Koipa, very experienced player, gets a solo kill.
Yeah, that was very impressive.
Oh, the way that Liquid started, they had that very good tri-lane versus the Bat and the Tusk, but then they dove a little bit.
Was it overcommitment on that, on trying to shut down the Batrider?
I think they had to give as much as possible to the Bloodseeker and also shut down the Bat, but they overdid it.
All right, well, we're going to go toss it back to our analyst desk and let them talk about this game.
Yeah, thank you very much, Moxie and Lizard. Indeed, Ninjas in Pajamas coming out strong here for the first series of the day. It looked very different from the first game. It started out a lot more even, Grant.
Yeah, it did, and I think that was, as they said, the tri-lane versus the dual lane. It went really well until Bayer was like, wait, I can just dodge every ability with Snowball and take this game over. Middle lane as well. The Mirana got, what, one solo kill and then a kill with the Dark Willow, and then